Christianity, for all its flaws, is like the best way for anybody to rebrand. And I love that for myself as well, just in case nobody really changes their mind when they rebrand through Christianity. They just realize that it's lucrative. Honestly, or some of them actually do. Let me not say that. But hello, hi, it is me, desire, small town Didi, or Khadindizi, very internet, Akastracha, and Bakalau, Yala. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let your people know about me. I am scouring. When I tell you, like, a fiend on the internet, like, why aren't these celebrities fucking up? Like, Milali girl, fuck somebody's husband. Like, somebody do something, and I'm not wishing ill on anybody. I know it sounds like that, but I'm really just wishing myself well. It's not quite the same. It doesn't have to be anything big. It just has to be something we can talk about. Abadisi lo. Like, since when are you well-behaved members of society? Oh my God. Has Jube done anything? Like, anyway, let's get into the whole to rebranding through Christianity. I don't really know if I'm going to say anything here that I haven't said before, but there will always be an iteration of this kind of video every time of this nature shows up. If you've been riding with Rakhadi for a while, you will know these are my views. Like, this is not going to be the first time you've heard Rakhadi say some of the stuff that Rakhadi is going to say. But with the rebrand that is one Miss XO, I have been watching the same with Black China. I have been watching, and I'm like, okay, the girls are doing well. I feel like what's her name? This one, Brittany Renner, tried to do it as well, but she went the manosphere route. Like, she didn't go full on Jesus loves me, yes I know, for the Bible tells me so. She went be fit and feminine and friendly. And is that how they say fit, friendly, and feminine? Whatever, girl. But she went that way. That's always going to backfire. I mean, essentially, you're doing the same thing. Except with the other one, you now start wearing like turtlenecks and stuff. It's like, why weren't you wearing turtlenecks before anyway? Like, you probably were. Like, turtlenecks and like blazers. And they still wear like body cornish dresses, but the length is different. So they think they're doing something, but they know that they're still very much trying to serve as body. Like, they you are, because that whole shit is addictive. And I'm not saying bodycon dresses are like whole shit, like we all wear like tight stuff, but it's like, that's who you are. You understand? And I'm not saying people can't change, guys. Let me stop like, twerking on the fence. But the discourse I've realized is a lot of anger from like McG-esque type people. And McG, he and Pori, that's probably why they have the type of animosity for each other. They are, I don't really even know if I can call McG like a reformed incel, because he popped when he was so young, and he has a thing, but there's definitely he has a jealousy of women that comes. The misogyny is intense there, right? Like, we read that, right? But it's also very much like they get to just be pretty and everything works out for them. And like, no, not fair. I have to work really hard in this exact chipmunk voice. That's what the fuck he sounds like every time he goes off on like it girls and baddies. And then obviously that like the incels are in the comments saying, yeah, McJ, you're the one. You get it, fuck these girls. We don't even, they're not even that hot. And they even, but like, you go and look at who's following them and you're like, weren't you just in McG's comments talking about, so McG-esque type people, as well as like, oh, like the pick me that don't get picked, like the unpicked pick me, ripe for the picking in that they're of age, and but like, so like, what is her name? I did a video of her and Mrs. White, man. Is her name Butle? So Butle is type women, they, it's them. The voice I'm hearing is, you don't get to be a hoe and then change your mind. Why the fuck not? I look at my township, not even the entire township, right? Like my section. And my section of this township that I live in came about with sort of like there's a college where I live, and they've recently reopened it as a training college, a TVET college. But before, teachers were being trained at this college. And my area, like my section in particular, is subsidy housing with like, the staff of the day, man. So there's a lot of professionals, if you would like, here, and like strictly like teachers, nurses, policemen, policewomen, like that type of vibe. When this township was starting to grow into that, this there was a development in this part of the township, right? And I always look at this township and I'm like, are we meant to believe all these houses? I think there's a total of, and I could be wrong, even if it's 100, but it's not. It's more than that. It's well over 1,000 in my section. I'm like, nobody's mama in this section was a hoe. We are all seriously all walking around here thinking we all what, like, exited like a virgin's like birth canality. Like that's, our moms didn't even fuck to make us. Like, you all think people are up in the college just being these well-behaved members of society. So you expect me to believe that none of your moms are the qolis of their time in all your righteousness and all of that. You don't get to. And I've said this, and I think I've said this about Cyan as well, when she does some stuff and everybody's like, oh, she's gonna regret that when she's much older, and this, and I keep saying, you guys need to start like coming to terms. And I think part of your anger is because you know this. Coming to terms with the fact that other people, like I said, and I think I said this just in the last video or the one before, other people have 9 lives. You see, if you can, especially as a woman, because when you guys are doing it, it's unsettling for a hadi. And I'm like, baby, why are you, whenever you must question, like you must, when you hold an opinion, you must, and like I like this. And if you find yourself in the presence of the McGS type, you must start to ask the right questions like, wowza, how do I end up here? And then that will help you to unpack. You will realize that good girls do in actual fact finish last. They are no real protections for you playing along a game that isn't naturally how you're inclined. So this is not a campaign to say, yes, be a hoe, whatever that means, because you can always change your mind later. This is to say, if your pursuit of essentially what I see you guys doing is virtue signaling, if you would like. If your virtues are or showing and hello Kiwi, look at me being so like such a good woman from a good home and blah 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 blah. And the other thing, and this is a video there, when I say from a good home, people from 2-parent households, your shit do stink, but that's a different video. Okay, you coming from a certain thing that looks like this on the outside doesn't mean you're automatically this thing. Calm down with that fucking shit, okay? But let's get back on this quickly. But if those things aren't because of that's just how you're set up and you don't really care if the next person shows up in the same way, you just really aren't trying to be outside like that. Like it's not for you. okay, Miss X wants to be outside. Okay, girl, whatever. This is not for you, honey. This is for the girl who's like, women need to act like this. And if you don't act like this, there are consequences. And then you wake up and you realize, oh no, no, no. I mean, there might be some consequences for some women, but some women get a rebrand. You see, this is the time where I'm like, this Jesus guy is not such a bad guy. I mean, sure, he likes to hang out with just 12 of his homeboys and whatever, but it's like, in this instance, you can just say you have found him. And it's like, sure, there'll be the McGees and the DDs of the world who are like, you don't get to do that. But then there'll also be like a new world that opens up to you. And they're like, because they want miracles so bad. It's so sad. I'm in this today because I've been laughing about it for a while, guys. Like truly, I've been laughing about it. I even see it with like the bloggers, some people's takes. Oh, you did this. You know, when Chloe was crying about being lonely, you were with somebody else's person. Mind you, I think that person was in an open relationship. Like that was the setup that person had with their partner. But we all want to put judgment on her and whatever. You were dating other people's partners. Other people's judgment of her is you only say you like Nigerian men and, other men outside of South Africa from elsewhere in the continent. You like West African men. And what does that have to do with anything? A lot of the men that are like hurling insults at her and having the view that she can't reform, baby, she won't even let you sniff her day old underwear. Like as Miss XO, never mind now that she's rebranded and she goes by her full name. Like either way, you don't get to be in her orbit. Like you don't get to have her. Your anger is not what you're saying because in real life, and that's what I'm saying to the sisters, like look around when you find yourself in these spaces because I keep telling you guys, those guys, I've said this to you guys, would push you and use you as kitepuzi, the step, okay, for an opportunity to tassel the hem of one Miss Exo's garment. Not even a sure thing, the possibility. Or hallelujah. But do you understand what I'm saying? So when you find these are the people that make the Baba be saying it, the OnlyFans. Those are the people subscribed to the girls. The same people who go and sit on the guys' podcast and they're like, those girls are this and not wife material. They make them, they give them these careers, they build them up to this thing. And given the opportunity, part of the reason you aren't picked, Miss Pick Me, is because they're too busy picking girls like her. So you're wasting your time in your little good girl routine, in your little criticism of the Black Chinas. Oh, she wants to go by Angela White. Nah, she went through so many years putting her ass in our faces. Now she thinks we forgot. She doesn't think fucking shit, bitch. She just doesn't care. She does not care. She knows she gets a do-over. Hoes know this, guys. I don't think you guys understand. Beautiful women get to do this. We're not playing by the same rules, and it's sad and it's unfortunate. And I played by the rules, and I still don't have a good man. And because it's always about a man, it's another thing I fucking told you. The fight is about the fact that she's now changed her image, and you are out here, bambile baby, like you're doing. You're in your lassie bag. You're doing else too much skin. You been turtlenecked, She just came here and she's still in her bodycon. And the men you've been trying to get the attention, you're now panicking because men are such a precious, scarce resource to you. I'm telling you that's what's happening to you. And I'm really, really sorry, but you gotta work through that shit, baby. The men that you have been at the same church, at the men that you've been eyeing, or maybe like or no, like the Lord umponchije le and courtship will commence and stuff. That guy, That guy has been praying for Xolile, and God has granted him that wish because, mysterious ways and everything. That's why you're mad. You're mad because your little shtick hasn't paid off. I'm like, honestly, just between us girls here, it's just us anyway. But like, I thought I should try to make you understand what's going on with you. Because the girls are mad online. They mad. Good girls do finish last. Don't be a bad girl for the sake of it. Again, do not like just, hear what isn't being said. But yeah, man, hoes win. Hoes will always win. You and then you believe them. I don't understand. It's like that, and that's the thing about you guys. Like that throws me off. Let me say ass, man. I don't know why I keep saying I should not separate myself because I'm just like weird like you guys on most days, and then for like 3 hours I'm clear and then I quickly record a video and then I go back to being foggy like you all. So ass, I think it's wild that we know these creatures lie. And the only time we choose to believe that they're telling the truth is when they're talking some shit about another woman. Like, that's the only time we seem to think they're making sense is when they're about to talk shit about some other woman. No, honey. Bamunyaka. Muruti is about to leave his wife for the Xolis who are up in the church. The girls are doing I see there's an Instagram Betty Samuel is trending, or at least was posted on the blogs with an older gentleman and stuff. And I see there's a picture of her and Xoli. I don't know if they up in the same kreke and stuff. But that's where you go. You clean yourself up. You get to an age where you're like, ah man, I want to settle down. I want to do this, I want to do that. And you clean yourself up and you go up to the church. And then you can get yourself a husband and live a nice life. There is hope for you. If you feel like you've been a hoe and you're now like cowering and hiding in shame and stuff, Christianity is there for you to rebrand, honey. And you don't even need to do a convincing act or stay, not me doing a little a recruit for my former faith. Yazini. I guess like once a Christian girl, always a Christian girl. Okay, so just go to church and stuff. Go to one of these new age ones where you can probably wear trousers to church and stuff. That's where you find these guys that went to like private schools with a Christian element and they probably have a good job and stuff. And then you're on your way. Really. Don't listen to what anybody else is saying. Because again, good girls don't get the corner off, as they say. Mwah. Bye, Yala.